Okay, so we're going to be doing problem 2 in section 1, which is t equals 2 pi square root of L divided by g, which L is length and g is gravity. We know that we know that gravity is equal to 9.81 meters over second squared. So now let's go ahead to problem A, which is find the change in the period of the pendulum if the real length is 4 feet. Okay, so we know that x1 is 4. In the problem it says that the length will increase by 0.5%. So x2 will be 4.02. Now let's do the equation, which is 2 pi square root of 4.02 over 9.81 minus 2 pi square root of 4 divided by 9.81, and the difference will be delta y equals 0.01 feet. Okay, so now let's go ahead to problem B, which is find the percentage of the change. As we knew in the problem that I just mentioned, delta y was 0.01. To find the percentage of change, we need to do 0.01 times 100, that will be equal, delta y equals 1.002%.
Okay, so in part C, we need to find the approximate, not the change. So this means we have to use the formula dy equals f prime of x times dx. We know that our x1 and x2 are 4.02 and our x1 is 4. To find the dx, we need to subtract the x2 minus x1, which will give us 2 minus 4, which will give us 0.02. This is our dx. Then we have to find the prime of our problem, which is 2 pi radical L over G. This to the prime derivative is 1 over square root of L. So then we have to put our f prime in here with our x1 because it's our original length. So we'll put 4 times our dx, which is 0.02. This will give us 0.01. So our dy equals 0.01. This is our approximate percent change in the period. Okay. Here we need to use the resulting part C, which is our 0.01, and we have to multiply it. We already have the approximate, and we need to multiply that approximate to 1 day. We know that our main time is in seconds, so we have to make this day in seconds, which will be 5,184,000. This we will have to multiply it by our percent of error. So we'll need to multiply it by 0.01. So our error will give us 51,840.
Okay, now we're going to be doing the problem 29 from section 2, and the problem is 16x over square root of 1 minus 4x squared, everything cubed. We're gonna do this problem by substitution. Integrate by substitution. So the first step that we're gonna do is we're gonna rewrite the problem as 16x parenthesis 1 minus 4x squared, everything raised to the negative 3/2. Why? Because the rewrite of the square root and the 3 is 3 halves. And as we put it on top, it's as a negative. Okay, so once we have this, we're gonna have to identify the u, the du, and the dx. First one, the u. Which is the u? The u is the binomial that has the bigger exponent. So if we have 16x and we have 4x squared, that means we're gonna get this binomial. Okay, we're just gonna ignore the exponent of the u. So the u is gonna be 1 minus 4x squared. Now the du is gonna be the u, but the derivative of the u. So it's gonna be negative 8x, and we have to put dx because the derivative. So the next step, we need to solve for dx. So we're gonna leave dx alone. So how are we gonna do that? We're gonna put du, and we're gonna pass the negative 8x dividing. Okay, so once we have this, we now can see that we have the next step is having the u raised to the negative 3 halves, and then putting the first number, which is 16, and then putting the dx, which dx is du over negative 8x. And now the next step is canceling. We need to cancel the denominator with the numerator, which is, we can cancel by the 8x. So we're left with 2 on top and a negative 1 on the bottom. So once we have this, we're gonna now substitute. We're gonna put the u on the u, but first integrate the u. We already have a 2 here. We already have on the denominator a negative 1. So we have the u, which haven't been substituted, but we need to integrate. What's the antiderivative of u to the negative 3 halves? It's negative 1 half. We're gonna do the same at the bottom. As a reciprocal, we're gonna multiply by the negative 2, and we lower the 1. So this is the reciprocal of the fraction, the u. So now it's time to substitute. We gotta substitute to the u. We're gonna grab your u, we're gonna grab it, and we're gonna write it as negative 2, and then 2 again, as we have here, and then the u, which is 1 minus 4x squared, and then raised to the negative 1 halves, all over negative 1. So as we have 2 negatives, the negatives cancel. So the answer is going to be positive. So now it's time to multiply. We multiply 2 times 2, which is 4. We're going to have the 4. But we're not going to multiply by the binomial. So we have the 4, we have the binomial, all over 1. So now what we're going to do to finish up, we're going to simplify the answer, and then we're gonna put the binomial where it's supposed to be. So we have 4 on top, and we're gonna lower the binomial because it's raised to a negative number. So we're gonna put 1 minus 4x squared over 1 half. And 1 half means square root of
the binomial.